Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gallatin, Tennessee, the campus of Volunteer State Community College. We're starting a little bit early here today on the last day of the season, the regular season that is, here in 2023. Special day for the sophomores here at Volunteer State, the last home regular season game, and we will be honoring, celebrating 23 sophomores, redshirt sophomores for the Pioneers. Coach McGuire getting the photographer set up, and the players will come to home plate and then line down third base line, and yours truly will be conducting the public address announcement for that. So you will hear that here on the live stream. Thanks for joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gallatin, Tennessee on the campus of Volunteer State Community College for today's celebration of Sophomore Day. 23 Pioneer players will be honored here today. They will come out to home plate and then line down the third base line. They'll get their pictures taken. We are here to honor these players today. First off, number 2, Matt Hall from Lexington, Kentucky. Matt's played 2 years here at Vol State. Parents are Mark and Tracy Hall. Matt's a middle infielder for the Pioneers. Next is number 3, Ethan Huddleston from right here in Gallatin, Tennessee. He is a 3-year starter here for Vol State. Parents are Shannon and Dan Zettel. Ethan is also a middle infielder. Next, number 4, Ethan here from Cincinnati, Ohio. Ethan has played 2 years for Vol State. He is the son of Andy and Gina here. Number 5, Jacob Messer from Memphis, Tennessee. Jacob is a 3-year player here at Vol State, the son of Dr. Timothy Messer and Dr. Andrea Smith. Next to Lieutenant Landon Tucker, number 6, from LaGrange, Georgia. Tuck is a 2-year player here, a right-handed pitcher. The son of Hank and Christy Tucker. Number 10, Carter Vrabel from Nashville, Tennessee. Third baseman. The son of Mike and Jennifer Vrabel. He's a 2-year starter for the Pioneers. Next, right-hand pitcher, number 10, Carter Bolt. Carter, a 2-year player here at Vol State from Gainesville, Georgia, by way of Cumming, Georgia, the son of Corey and Andrea Bolt. Number 12, Hunter Searcy, 2-year outfielder for the Pioneers, the son of Larry and Dodie Searcy. And the pride of Grove City, number 14, Jake Messer. Jake Burris, I apologize. I know the difference. Jake Burris, the son of Sherry Burris and Scott Burris, a 3-year starter for the Pioneers. Number 15, Keegan Evick, right-hand pitcher from Clarksville, Tennessee. Two-year player for the Pioneers, the son of Curtis and Tracy Evick. Number 16, Eli Klotfelter, right-handed pitcher, 2-year player for the Pioneers. From Ringgold, Georgia, the son of Rob and Crystal Klotfelter. And number 17, catcher, Caleb Hawkins. From Smyrna, Tennessee, a 2-year player, the son of Ray and Misty Hawkins. Left-handed pitcher, number 21, Danton Reinhardt. Danton's from Collinwood, Tennessee, 2-year player, the son of Brett and Jana Reinhardt. Number 23, Nathan Rhodes. 2-year player for the Pioneers, left-handed pitcher from Hendersonville, Tennessee, the son of Tag and Judy Rhodes. Next is number 26, Cade Sanders. Right-handed pitcher, also from right here in Hendersonville, Tennessee, 2-year player, the son of Clay and Tressa Sanders. Number 27, Chase Birdwell. Bird's from Lebanon, Tennessee, 3-year player for the Pioneers, the son of Deanna and Troy Rogers. Number 29, outfielder Maddox Liebrick. 2-year player for the Pioneers from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, the son of Greg and Amy Liebrick. From Indianapolis, Indiana, number 30, Landon Godsey. 2-year player, catcher, and first baseman. Parents are Paul and Suzanne Godsey. Number 33, Connor Moss. Connor's a 3-year player from Smyrna, Tennessee, the son of Mike and Haley Moss. Third baseman for the Pioneers. Next, right fielder from Metropolis, Illinois, number 34, Jace Mizell. 2-year starter for the Pioneers, the son of Sean and Jamie Mizell. Number 35, Big J. Sharla. From Murfreesboro, Tennessee, 2-year player for the Pioneers, the son of Jake and Delynn Sharla. Left-handed pitcher from Georgetown, Kentucky, number 36, Cade McKee. Cade's a 3-year player here at Vol State, the son of Jim McKee and Sherry Beth Mullenix. And last but not least, number 37, Braden Vineyard. From Paducah, Kentucky. Catcher, 2-year player for the Pioneers, the son of Christian and Monica Vineyard. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 sophomore class for the Volunteer State Pioneers. Thank you to each of the players and their families for their support here on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. On behalf of Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and Head Coach Jim McGuire, a big shout out to the 2023 sophomores. Congratulations, men. And there are your 2023 sophomores, redshirt sophomores, redshirt freshmen that will be leaving.
I thought you were going to say Country Cape.
Let's see if we can get, I didn't switch over to the other camera. That is operator error there. So 23 players. Of course, I did mess up on one that I know of. Devin, any other scripts? I don't know how in the world I mess up on Jake Burris, the pride of Grove City, but
You did a great job.
Jacob Messer got 2 shout-outs, didn't he? But Jake Burris, actual 3-year player for the Pioneers, 76 games coming into today's game. But the starting lineup will be delivered here in just a few minutes. We'll take a break and be right back with the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. You are watching Pioneer Baseball on the Vol State Sports Network. Welcome back to Vol State, where we are about 15 minutes away from game time, maybe 13 minutes. Make sure the equipment works here for the final regular season game of the year for the Pioneers, who come in with a 30-20 record. This is game number 51 for the season for Vol State. It's game number 45 for the Motlow State Bucks. They come in with a 24-20 record, 12-13 in the conference. Vol State is 14-12 in conference play and has locked down the 6th place in the conference standings, which gets them into the double elimination portion of the tournament automatically. The top 6 teams will make the double elimination tournament that actually starts on Monday, May 8th. Teams 7 through 10 will have a play-in game on Sunday. I'm not sure of the times of those games yet, but I will be broadcasting each of those 2 games as well as all the games of the tournament, Lord willing. Let's get to the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. First for the Motlow State Bucks. Leading off playing shortstop, Irvin Hernandez. Batting second, playing right field, John Hale. In left field, batting third, Caleb Valdez. Julius Scarce is in center field, and he will hit cleanup. Second baseman, Gabe Seibert in the 5-hole. Caleb Gupton, the DH, and will bat 6. Jackson Cothran behind the plate, batting 7th. Tate Van Hooser at first base. He will bat 8th. And batting 9th at third base, Tucker Allen. On the mound for the Bucks, right-hander Ryder Morey, M-O-R-E-Y, from Lynchburg, Tennessee. 6 foot, 170-pound redshirt freshman. As we see a few sprinkles that are coming down here, and the wind picking up from center field to right field. Now's when you're glad you have a nice remodeled press box to sit in. And now the starting lineup for the Pioneers of Volunteer State. Leading off and playing shortstop, Ethan Huddleston. Jake Burris in center field, batting second. Landon Godsey at first base, hitting third. A cleanup hitter, as has been for the majority of the year, right fielder Jace Mizell. Carter Vrabel at third base, batting fifth. Jacob Messer getting the start at designated hitter today. He will hit 6th. Braden Vineyard behind the plate, batting 7th. Big J Charlotte in left field will hit 8th. Matt Hall, second base, batting 9th. And on the mound, freshman left-hander Parker White from Knoxville, Tennessee. Parker has a 5-3 record. This will be his 12th appearance of the year, 11th start. He's tossed 46 1/3 innings, giving up 41 hits, 21 runs, 18 of which were earned, 13 walks, and 40 strikeouts. Has a 3.50 ERA, and if he can complete, let's see, 4 2/3 innings. If he can get through 5, he will qualify for the ERA lead in the conference. You have to have pitched as many innings as your team has played games. And at the end of this day, the Pioneers will have played 51 games, and he needs 51 innings to qualify for the ERA lead. I don't think he can get up to first or second, but I think he can be in the top 5, no question. So freshman Parker White will be on the mound for Vol State today, as people are scrambling a bit to get away from the raindrops here in Middle Tennessee. I don't think we're expecting a big weather maker at all, but sun was out. Very beautiful morning here in Middle Tennessee, but it looks like the clouds have arrived. Lady Pioneers have started their game up at the other side of the campus at the Nichols softball complex. They also had sophomore day today. 8 sophomores are finishing their regular season careers for the Lady Pioneers. These two teams, Ball State and Motlow State, played a doubleheader yesterday and split. Motlow State winning game 1 4-3, a very low scoring affair. Motlow State scored 2 runs in the third and 2 runs in the fourth to take a 4-0 lead, and the Pioneers scored 1 each in the 4th, 5th, and 6th to draw within a run, but could not push across the equalizer and ended up losing 4-3, and that caused a little more consternation as the Pioneers needed to take at least one game from the Motlow State Bucks. Last year, as I said, they were in the same situation. Pioneers in 6th place, Motlow State in 7th, and Motlow State swept the Pioneers down in Tullahoma last year and moved up into the 6th place spot. Pioneers lost their play-in game and season ended abruptly on Mother's Day a year ago. This year that won't happen, but Pioneers looking to make a run in the TCCAA conference tournament, which is being hosted right here. Looks like we're going to have to do some cleaning on our window today with the raindrops. Don't remember yesterday when we had the 36-minute weather delay. The wind must not have been blowing in. I don't remember having any raindrops on the windows yesterday. We will get that accomplished. Maybe have to put somebody of the press box gang here on top of that. Devin Thrain, who's back again for day 2 to operate the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Might have to get a paper towel in his hand and dangle him out the window and have him dry off the window. We've got a full press box now up here. We've got some alumni have shown up. Will Trapp, got to mention yesterday, and right at the end of the broadcast is in here. Ryan Wells, also alumni. Logan Kimberlin's not yet an alumni, are you? You are going to get healthy one day, right? I hope so too. Yesterday's one of the right rug flooring players of the game, Caleb Pika, is also seeking shelter in the newly remodeled press box, thanks to MGM Industries and Right Rug Flooring, and Susan Reese, the boss of my household. And Dan Zettel also had a hand in the remodel as he laid down the countertop and caulked the windows. So we apparently are going to be delayed just a bit. Game time is scheduled for 1 p.m., but I don't see the umpires out here yet. Umpires are people too. They don't like to be wet. We'll have the same pair today as we had yesterday as far as the schedule went. Jake Wolf and Chris Judkins are scheduled to be back to call this 9-inning ball game. The last game of the year for each of these two teams, I believe. I don't think Motlow has a game. I can check the schedule, but thank you folks for joining us today. We'll take a quick break and we'll see what we can figure out as to the actual game time. We're broadcasting on Channel 19, Comcast Cable as well today, I believe. So thanks for joining us on the television as well as the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. We'll take a quick break and be right back. is national anthem time. We will mute for right now. And Alex Qualls says, let's play ball. Got the important windows cleaned off at least. And the umpires are here, and that is not, I don't believe that's Jake Wolf. I think we got a change at the plate, behind the plate. That is Chris Judkins out in the field. We've had this umpire one other time before that I recall. Not sure if I can remember his name or not. If he's the same guy I remember, he was the guy who was just starting back after not having called games for about 9 years. So we'll just call him Ump. Parker White taking his warm-up tosses. We are about set for action here, just a little past 1 o'clock. Put a headset on one of our alumni here. Make sure that it works. Here we go. We'll get Will Trapp set up. Figure out what, Will, can you hear me in the headset?
Check, check. 1, 2.
All right, now do a check, check.
Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
There he is. Left-handed pitcher Will Trapp has the headphones on right now. Yesterday we had a buddy of mine, Joe Garafola. Today we have former left-handed pitcher Will Trapp, and we are underway at 1:05 p.m. Central Time. First pitch, ball 1. Will, today I got to run the scoreboard. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Will, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, sir. Today's a beautiful day for baseball. Got the wind blowing out heavy to right, so lefties should have a field day today.
Lefty batters, but what about left-handed pitchers?
We'll see about that.
Not so fun. There's a strike.
Count is now 3-1. Throws his first strike of the day.
Sun is back out here, Middle Tennessee, and there's a strike called. I thought maybe Hernandez might have even ticked that one, and we'll have our first full count, Ministries full count of the day. As a ball put in play to shallow right field, Jace Mizell looking up into the Sun field will make the catch for out number 1. brings to the plate John Hale, the right fielder for Motlow State.
Now batting, number 22, John Hale.
John Hale from Pleasant View, Tennessee, Sycamore High School. He is committed to play in Salem at in West Virginia at Salem College. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Parker White. Yesterday I had somebody running the scoreboard and the computer, and there's
Second pitch is popped up to the right side, out of play.
Godsey over to the fence as that ball goes out of play. 0-2. Will Trapp from Stewart's Creek High School. He's one of the Creekers. Last year we had 5 Stewart's Creek players. This year only 3, to my best of my recollection, and all 3 of them were out on the sophomore line as Parker White on 3 pitches sets John Hale down.
I believe that pitch was a changeup. Very good outside changeup right there for the strike 3 swing and miss.
Let's finally get to the zoom camera. There we go. Make sure that one's working. There's a breaking pitch on that outside corner. Caleb Valdez hitting .342, 3-hole hitter, left fielder for Motlow State from Dalton, Georgia, 5'9", 180-pound sophomore, and he looks at
another breaking pitch.
Yeah. Will Trapp threw a few of those.
I did indeed. I did. Very slow. Fell right into the zone every time.
Fastball just misses outside. Do you remember the 3-game series? Were you down there in Motlow last year?
I was not.
You did not. You weren't down there on that trip, were you?
No, sir.
That was not fun times. Valdez does what he did yesterday with 2 outs in the first inning of game 1. He gets a knock. This time he only gets 1 base. Yesterday he had a 2-out double.
Left the curveball hanging, dropped it right into right field, right in front of Jace Mizell.
Former teammate of yours.
Now batting, number 11, Julius Scarce.
There we go. Got to get my pencils in my correct hand here. Got to have orange and green in that left hand. It's my hits and runs. Bluff steal attempt, but pitch is popped up. Jay Charlotte coming for all the world. Comes in and makes
diving catch.
Diving catch. What a play. The wind apparently is holding that up tremendously. And guess what? I'm watching and not hitting the buttons. Folks, I'll do better, I promise. That was not good, but the wind held that ball up. And Jay Charlotte was running like his hair was on fire to come in and make that diving catch. Jay, when you come back and watch this, it's my fault, broadcaster error. I still was on the zoomed camera, so I'm just going to keep it right here, Will. We're not going to have you on TV. We won't have you in front of the camera, but this is being broadcast on Channel 19, so not that I know. I don't have it, but other people might. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Will, and start at the very beginning.
Well, I was born in Smyrna, Tennessee, about 45 minutes away from Gallatin. Went to Stewart's Creek all through middle school and high school. In 2020, I graduated high school and came to Ball State. Had about 25 innings my first year here. Was successful for my first year. I learned a lot, I believe. Going into my second year, I was facing a few injuries with my shoulder and elbow. So my second year here was a little bit delayed. I didn't get put back into the lineup until about halfway through the season. And by that time, I was just not really able to climb my way back up the ladder. So I only saw 2 appearances that year. And then my third year, I just called it wraps and ended up graduating and moving forward with life. Right now, I'm just working at a valet. So
saw you in the fall, and then a little bit of a turn that was taken, right?
Yes, sir. Decided to take a few steps sideways in life, we'll call it, hopefully, to move forward.
Well, when you reach a dead end, the best move is to turn around and come back, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I am sure that You are on the right road right now as Ethan Huddleston steps in.
First pitch slider popped up to center field. That wind is going to play huge during this game today.
He started, Julius Scarce started in dead center field, and that wind is pushing the ball left or right. We had a game, I can't remember which game it was, but I remember a game, was it Walters? A Walters game? That wind was blowing that American flag out there just like that, but the ball didn't leave the yard. It just went left or right in the yard. Jake Burris, mother surprised him by flying down, I think this morning, from Columbus. There's a called strike.
Count is now 1-1. Third pitch slider breaks just outside the plate. The count is now 2-1.
JB gets a knock into left field. A one-out hit for the Pioneers. Jake Burris came in hitting .301. Now Landon Godsey steps in. Each team with a first inning base hit. Motlow State not able to capitalize. Landon Godsey, one of the 23 sophomores. Everybody in the starting lineup, actually, except for the freshman left-hander Parker White, will be leaving Ball State after the conclusion of this season. Ryder Morey on the mound.
Godsey lifts second breaking ball of the day into the gap of left field.
One hops the wall out in left center. Julius Scarce gets on it quickly and gets it back into the infield. And the Pioneers are in business with runners at second and third with only one out. Landon Godsey's 15th double of the season. That gives him the team lead. And his 23rd extra base hit, came in hitting .386.
Jason Mizell now up to bat. He is our right fielder for today as our cleanup. See what he does here. First pitch. Watches the fastball low.
Mizell hitting .363. 17 home runs, leads the conference in that category.
Second pitch, high breaking ball. Jason Mizell looked at it.
He's got 57 RBIs, a young man from Metropolis, Illinois. I think every family member he has is probably still out there on the other side of the left field fence. Started to go on that one, but held up. Count now goes 3 balls and no strikes. There is a base open, but Carter Vrabel has been hotter than a firecracker is on deck.
That's right, that's right. They give him the green light, and he hits it through the 6 hole.
Throw back to second base, but Godsey back in time. So an infield single and an RBI for Landon Godsey. And there's your Framework Athletics first run of the game. Pioneers take the early lead. Mizell with his 58th RBI of the season. Probably not a chance that he'll take over that lead, as Harrington from Southwest Tennessee's got about 70. Carter Vrabel steps in from Father Ryan High School. 3 hits in game 2 of yesterday's game put him over the 300
First
mark.
pitch slider fell in for a strike. Looked like Carter was hoping for a first pitch fastball that he could yank.
He'll jump on one. He can turn this wind around. Godsey nearly got one out of here. I didn't think he hit it as well as it did, but it one hopped the wall right in front of the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. That one's popped up out of play. It'll be an MGM Industries foul ball.
Brings the count to 0-2. Carter Vrabel swings at an outside slider.
Head coach Jim McGuire down at third base. Coach's box and assistant coach John Ripel down at first base. Godsey leads off at second.
Once again,
Vrabel
pops out an outside slider down to the right field line and cannot be caught. The count remains 0-2.
Sky looks pretty ominous in the screen right there, but I think the system is actually going north of Gallatin. Meteorologist Devin Thrain says 90% chance of rain at 2 o'clock. So in about 45 minutes, we might be seeing that tarp put back on the field again. Our window cleaning crew might have to come back. 0-2 pitch. 1 out, 2 runners on. Ryder Morey delivers right down the can. Strike 3 to Carter Vrabel, obviously looking for something besides a fastball right down the middle of the plate. It is out number 2. First strikeout for Morey. And it brings Jacob Messer to the plate.
Now batting, number 5, Jacob Messer.
From Memphis, Tennessee, Memphis University School. Good time for a good knock right here.
Watches that first pitch offside. Off. Sorry about that.
Need to show you where that cough button is, don't I?
Mhm. Second pitch, fastball down the middle, pops it out of play to the left side. Count is now 0-2.
Messer pinch hit in game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader. Ended up grounding out to the pitcher that ended the game. Getting a start here today on the last regular season game of the year for Ball State. Hard shot to second base. Gabe Seibert up with it, and he throws over to Van Hooser for the third out. But the Pioneers get the Framework Athletics first run of the game on an infield single by Jace Mizell that scores Jake Burris. We'll take a break and we'll move to the top of the second inning. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese, and I am joined by alumni left-hander Will Trapp, who just finished this past year. The wind blowing left to right. Will Trapp will handle the play-by-play, and I'll see if I can try to do a decent job on this camera operation.
First pitch of the second inning for Parker White is a strike down the middle.
Now Will doesn't have the lineup in front of him, so he doesn't know these Motlow State guys. But Gabe Seibert, second baseman, is at the plate. Seibert hitting .212.
Ground ball to shortstop as Ethan Huddleston makes a play for a 6-3 ground out.
Caleb Gupton steps to the plate. The DH also hitting .212.
How about it? Number 27, Caleb Gupton.
Caleb Gupton with a pop up to center field, high fly ball.
That was
Jake
up
Burns.
there, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Number 25, Jackson Cawthorn is up to bat now. He is from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, a 5'11", 180-pound catcher.
Did you play against Jackson Cawthorn?
I did. I actually grew up with him too.
Okay.
We played travel ball together growing up.
Jackson Cawthorn.
Alex Qualls, our PA DJ man, says he played with him. Did you play on the same team with Qualsy?
I did not. I did not.
Okay, so Jackson Cawthorn played with both of you. Fouled that one off to the left side. I don't think that harmed. Looks like there's less vehicles in that parking lot today.
Oh, another foul ball to the parking lot. Bring the count to 0-2.
So Cawthorn is from Siegel High School.
Yes, sir.
It's in Murfreesboro, and a rival, I would assume, of Stewart's Creek.
Absolutely. All 4 years, they were our rivals for sure, 100%.
He would have been a year behind you, is that right?
Yes, sir.
So he
yes,
was
sir.
probably a 2021 grad. You were a 2020?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cawthorn comes in hitting .255. Jackson was 0 for 4 for the doubleheader yesterday. Did reach on a hit by a pitch and a walk.
Looked like the curveball slipped out of Parker White's hand there and almost hit Jackson in the head.
In his second bruise of the weekend, we're at a full count. Ministries full count.
Inside fastball. Jackson drives it straight into the woods to the right field side.
Just right over that maintenance shed. Devin Thrain says that'll be a hard one to get or find right there. He's happy to be running the Toyota Gallatin scoreboard.
Line drive to Carter Vrabel as it goes through his glove, it seems, into left field.
Good thing his face wasn't right behind that glove.
Oh, yeah. Could have been bad.
I'm not sure what happened there. He just must not have seen it off the bat. It was hit just right to his right. He put the glove up, and it just went right off. So I think we got to go E5 on that one.
Yes, sir. I believe so. Number 3210, Tate Van Hooser, right-handed first baseman. He is from Princeton, Kentucky. Went to Wren Lake College before this.
He's one of the 3 Wren Lake transfers. They got a brand new coach up there, friend of mine, Chris Motlow is a new head coach at Wren Lake. And I guess they were seeking other options.
Looks like that second pitch was just a bit inside for ball 2. Runner goes down to second base as Braden Vineyard is just a little late on his throw over to second base. Jackson Cawthorn gets his first steal of the day.
He didn't waste any time by trying to get out of that crouch, did he? He just stayed right on his knees and threw a seed to second base.
Absolutely.
But Cawthorn looked like he had a pretty good jump off the left-hander, which that's a guessing game a lot of times with You crafty lefties.
First pitch strike to number 32, Tate Van Hooser.
Swing and a miss gets us to another full count. Ministries full count. Van Hooser was only retired one time yesterday in 6 plate appearances. But he made up for it. He grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in his last at-bat.
Looks like it will pop up to the right side, and that wind just pushed it straight into the fence of the outside.
Another full count. First pitch foul ball. 2 for 3 today. Yesterday's game, 4 out of 7 to keep us right at about 54% for the year. Two outs, runner in scoring position. Parker White trying to preserve the 1-run lead. Lady Pioneers putting it on the Lady Bucks, 14-2. Attaboy, Parker.
Parker sits down number 32 Van Hooser with a looked like changeup outside, swing and miss.
He probably doesn't like you calling his fastball a changeup. I don't know. With Parker, he doesn't throw it hard, but somehow or another he misses bats. Done a fantastic job all year. So no runs, no hits, 1 error, and did not cost the Pioneers, and 1 runner left on base. We're heading to the bottom of the second. Tim Reese and Will Trapp on the Vol State Sports Network. Braden Vineyard will lead off the bottom of the second for Vol State. Took an early 1-0 lead in the first inning. Ryder Morey back out for the bottom of the second. Vineyard started to hold up on a pitch inside, but caught a piece of his bat. Vineyard had what appeared to be a hit-and-run single yesterday with, in game 1, I believe Jay Charla was on first base via a walk. There's a pitch down low, looked like maybe an off-speed, maybe a changeup there from Morey. Morey from Lynchburg, Tennessee, 6 foot, 170-pound redshirt freshman. Breaking pitch misses high. You pitched to Braden Vineyard the last, about a year and a half's worth, didn't you? Did you like throwing to him?
Absolutely. His frame is one of the best frames I've actually pitched to. He's just really comfortable back there, and you can tell, and it definitely helps as a pitcher, knowing that your catcher is comfortable with you and working with you. So I definitely think that we had a little bit of a bond going.
Gets a single through the 5.5 hole there to lead off the bottom of the second. And now Big Jay Charla steps in the box, hit in front of him the left side. See if he will lay one down. He will not.
Jay is also from my hometown of Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
All right.
He grew up in the same county as me. Played him all through high school and middle school, so I'm definitely a familiar face to me. He's a short little guy, but he has some power. I will say that. He's got some power to him. See what he can do here.
Another that, I guess that's a changeup right there that's dying at the plate, surely, right? I
Yeah, I would have to think so on that one. It didn't look like it had any bend like a slider or a curveball would. It kind of just fell off. So.
Charlotte played at Riverdale High School. It's a ground ball to the left of Gabe Seibert. That works just like a sacrifice bunt. On the ground out, Braden Vineyard moves down to second base. If you can't get the base hit, move the runner along, get him in scoring position. With less than 2 outs, that brings Matt Hall to the plate. Second baseman from Lexington, Kentucky. Hall comes in hitting .230. And he'll take the first one off the arm. Big old bicep just sucked that pitch in, didn't it?
Yeah, he took that one like a man for sure. Trotting down to first base.
And we're back to the top of the order. Ethan Huddleston steps in. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat. First pitch that he saw. See if he gets a little more selective here. Nobody out, 2 runners on. Inside fastball called strike. So Ethan Huddleston and came at the same time. Did you two start here same time, or
yes,
did you
sir,
start
we
a year
did.
before him?
Nope, me and Huddy actually are on the same graduation pace, and we came into Ball State together and
ripped that one down the third base line, foul. Count goes no balls and 2 strikes. COVID has changed a lot of college careers, no question.
Absolutely.
Do you remember him starting at shortstop as a true freshman? Do you remember that?
I do.
Josh
indeed.
Griffin over there at third base. And then the 2 of them slid over as you face the field to the right at the start of last year. Josh Griffin moved over to shortstop. Huddleston starting second baseman until he went down with an injury, and Matt Hall slipped in there. 0-2 pitch just misses out. Huddleston has been rung up on pitches farther away than that this year. Wide open right side of the field as Gabe Seibert is 2 steps away from Vineyard at second base. He moves back into regular position. Drive into left field. That'll get down for a base hit.
Might score 1 here.
Coach McGuire sends Vineyard to the plate. That's an RBI single for Ethan Huddleston. Runners still at first and second. Pioneers take a 2-0 lead. It's the first hit of the weekend for Ethan Huddleston. And Jake Burst, center fielder, steps in. He singled and scored in the first inning. Burst waves at a breaking pitch. If he had hit that, he probably would have rolled over onto that.
I will say one thing. Jake Burris is very disciplined when it comes to watching the ball and the plate. Discipline. He knows what to swing at and not what to. When we had inter squads, I always had trouble facing him. He just knew me very well. As he takes that second pitch
He's
outside.
not going to like that call, is he?
No.
That was, I guess, at the hollow of the knees. On the outside corner, he's now down 0-2. Clouds are sticking around here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Matt Hall leads off at second. MGM Industries foul ball off to the right side. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. On deck, Landon Godsey, who doubled in the first. Pioneers had 3 straight hits to drive in the first run. Promising inning that did not bear more fruit than the one run. Matt Hall was hit by a pitch, and now Jake Burris strikes out swinging. Second strikeout for Ryder Morey. Second out of the inning. Landon Gotze stepping to the plate.
Number 30, Landon.
That is a get on your horse and ride type of a song. That's the kinds of songs I like. See if he swings at that first pitch. He does not. Breaking pitch. Catches the plate at the knees. Will Trapp, what would your walk-up song be? Would it be anything that I'd know?
You know, it'd actually be Mr. Brightside. You've probably heard of it before. It's kind of an older song, but
I probably heard it when you came to the mound, right? It would have been played. Didn't they play your?
You know, actually, Alexander Qualls was the sound guy last year as well.
Alexander.
Yep, and we had some technical difficulties a few times, so I actually wasn't able to hear my walkout song.
Oh, man. Maybe we might have to hear it between innings or something, Qualsy, if you can pick it up. Maybe we could do that for you.
Absolutely, that'd be great.
Drive out to center field, but
straight to
right at Julius Scarce for out number 3. Pioneers scratch for one more and take a 2-0 lead. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter and Channel 19 Comcast Cable. Top of the third inning.
Now batting for Motlow State, number 2, Tucker Allen.
Face 9-1-2. Tucker Allen steps in. First pitch misses low and inside. Popped up into shallow right field. Chase Mizell makes the catch. Some audio problems right now. I'm not sure what the issue is.
Now batting,
Maybe that
number 1,
fixes
Irvin
it.
Hernandez.
Does not. Square to bunt. Hernandez fouls that one down the first base line. So Will Trapp has left the building. I guess he's done. The ball's one strike to the leadoff batter. Irvin Hernandez, the shortstop. Now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Timeout called. Equipment issue. Hernandez having an equipment issue like I am. balls and 2 strikes. Swung on and driven down the third base line. That's a fair ball. In for extra bases. Hernandez will have a 1-out double. Right down the line, Carter Vrabel had no chance to get a glove on that one.
Number 22, John Hale.
Hernandez's 3rd hit. He's had a hit in each of the ball games. John Hale steps to the plate. Fastball misses high. Parker has been through the order already. Struck out Hale in the first. Let's see how he does in his 2nd inning of work. This is again 2 balls, no strikes. Look down to the bullpen, see if there's any stirring at all. Straight back. Hale from Pleasant View, Tennessee, redshirt freshman. He misses badly there. 3 balls and a strike. Base open, but Caleb Valdez, a leading hitter for the Bucks, is on deck. There's a pitch on the inside corner. Go to a full count. Ministries full count. Second base. Hernandez back in time. John Hale with 31 hits on the season, and he'll take a walk, putting runners at 1st and 2nd. White able to get the first out of the inning on a fly out to right field, but double by Hernandez, and now a walk to John Hale. It's runners at 1st and 2nd with left-handed hitting Caleb Valdez stepping in. He singled to right field in the 1st inning. Pitching coach Braden Cal finished with his conversation with Parker White, and he will head back to the
Now
dugout.
batting, number 10, Caleb Valdez.
Parker White will be looking for a ground ball to a middle infielder right here. Ethan Huddleston will hold Hernandez close at 2nd, the left-hand hitter, but he drives one out to center field. Jake Burris a few steps to his right, makes the catch. Burris will throw back to 2nd base. See if Hernandez was getting off a little bit too far, but he stays put. Caleb Valdez hit it hard, but right at Jake Burris. That brings to the plate Julius Scarce, the center fielder. He flew out to Jay Charla in
Now
left
batting,
field.
number
There was
11,
a pop-up
Julius
out
Scarce.
Looked like just a routine fly ball to Jay Charlotte in left field, but the wind was knocking it down. Jay Charlotte had to come in and make a diving catch. There's a rip down the right field line that goes foul. Scarce has been very quiet this weekend. 0 for 6. Now 0 for 7 with the fly out to left field. Very good hitter, hitting .331 now. Swing and a miss. Try to figure out what the problem is with the headset. I might have to change headsets. Maybe that's the problem. This swing and a miss. See if we can get it corrected in the half inning. Strikeout by Parker White ends the inning. No runs. 1 hit. 2 runners left on. Right back here listening to the Ball State Sports Network. We got it fixed, Dave Holbrook. Thank you for your text. I wasn't positive, but I felt pretty confident we were having an issue and able to figure that out as Jace Mizell steps in for the bottom of the 3rd inning. First pitch, breaking pitch from Ryder Morey in there for a called strike. Finding out I can't juggle that well. A lot happens behind the scenes up here. Keeping a scorebook is probably about all I can handle. 0-2 pitch, misses outside. Get a little crowd noise here. That's another plate that's spinning. Wind blowing, and Jace Mizell has just driven one deep down to the Pioneer bullpen. It will just get out of play. Baseball's probably toast right there. Is hit off the curb right on the road. Probably pretty good scuff mark there. 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch misses down in the dirt. Appreciate you folks out there listening and watching and helping this broadcaster out. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, and down goes Mizell. Stepping to the plate, Carter Vrabel, who struck out looking in the 1st inning. Jace Mizell with 17 home runs and 58 RBIs came in hitting .363. That'll go up just a hair. Having a phenomenal year for the Pioneers. Carter Vrabel comes close to wearing one again. He's one of the leaders in that category for Vol State. Just missed outside. Carter has been hot. Ground ball to third. Tucker Allen up with it over to first. And that will retire Carter Vrabel. 2 outs now in the bottom of the third. Vrabel came in with a 10-game hitting streak. 8 home runs, 33 RBIs. Each of the last 2 games, he extended that hitting streak on the first at-bat of the game. He's through 2 ABs now and now 0 for 2. Jacob Messer steps in. He grounded out to second base to end the first inning. Swing and a miss. Fastball misses high and tight. A little precipitation coming in now. Again, meteorologist Devin Thrain predicted that. Wind is still blowing left to right. Popped up. Maybe the wind will blow this one out. It's over toward the Motlow State dugout, but that'll be an MGM Industries foul ball. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on. Hear the wind blowing. If Messer can get one up in the air toward right center field, drive it out of here. Changeup misses down in the dirt. Full Count Ministries, a full count. Hoping for a nice day tomorrow. The Full Count Ministries golf tournament is being played tomorrow. The shotgun start at 8 o'clock at Bluegrass Country Club as Jacob Messer draws a 2-out walk. Turn that crowd mic off. First walk of the ball game brings up Braden Vineyard, who singled to left in his first plate appearance. Scored the second run for Vol State. See Dave and Monique Eatman, Noah Eatman's parent. Mr. McDaniel's down in front saying, "What happened? I thought you told me it wasn't going to rain." Jake Burris, one of his sets of grandparents. Roger and Connie McDaniels. Sherry Burris, Jake's mother, they're getting up and heading out for a little bit. Stay dry. Maury checks over his right shoulder for a runner at first base. Fastball misses inside. Vineyard up in a count 2-0, and home plate umpire just indicated that it was inside as well. Dan McShay, the head coach for Motlow State, former pitcher and primarily handles the pitchers, I would say. 2-0 pitch on the inside corner, called strike. On deck, Jay Charlo. It's definitely not the day I was thinking, is a throw over to first base, not in time to get Messer. I was thinking we were going to have just maybe partly cloudy skies, but I sure wasn't expecting any rain as I see an umbrella that's just turned inside out. Off to the left here. 2-1 pitch. Vineyard drives that one out to left field, but Caleb Valdez will come in and make the catch for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. And the rain coming down. I'm thinking we might be putting that tarp on here before too long. Saw it yesterday for a 36-minute weather delay. Looks like we're going to have to clean the window off again. And that was no small ordeal, was it, Devin? We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back, see what happens here at Pioneer Field in Gallatin, Tennessee, on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. We got some weather here, folks. And we're shooting through the window obviously with the window closed. Trying to pick between our two cameras, and that one's not very good. It's hard to pick up a baseball there anyway, but even worse. But looks like the precipitation is hit or miss here for the next couple hours. Parker White delivers the first pitch to Gabe Seibert. And goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Pioneers trying to get their 31st win of the year. 1-1 pitch as the sun has come back out. Wind's still blowing, but maybe the rain has stopped just for the time being. 2 balls and a strike. Popped up in the infield. This might be interesting. Carter Vrabel in, and he will make the catch for out number 1. Caleb Gupton, the DH, steps in. He flew out to center field in the 2nd inning. Caleb Gupton from Jolton, Tennessee, 6'4", 220-pound freshman. Went to Davidson Academy. Swings and misses at the first pitch he sees from fellow freshman Knoxville West High School, Parker White. Parker for inning number 4 as he gets another swing and a miss. Parker needs to get through 4 2/3 at least to qualify for the ERA lead. And there's a line drive single in the left field right in front of Jay Sharla. Again, throws that ball all the way to second base.
Now batting, number 25,
Jackson Cothran swinging it from that left side with a runner at first base. Changeup misses down low. Cothran reached on an error by Carter Vrabel. Line drive right at Carter, and seemed like it went right through his glove, but actually just went right off the edge of it. There's a swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the outside corner, or at least it winked at it. That was maybe right on the edge of that white line that is the right-handed batter's box. 3 hits for Motlow State, no runs. Pioneers scored 1 in the first and 1 in the second. We are in the top of the 4th inning. Foul ball off to the left side. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jackson Cothran is committed to play a 4-year school in Ohio. It's not the Ohio State University. It is Ohio University, OU, located in Athens, Tennessee. I think that's just a little bit east of Columbus. And he takes one off the bean. I think that's the second one he's taken off that helmet. That puts runners at first and second. Tate Van Hooser, the first baseman, steps in.
Now batting, number 30,
Jackson Cothran without a hit, but he's walked and been hit by a pitch twice, so he's reached base all 3 games. Van Hooser struck out swinging to end the 2nd inning. Dangerous hitter, even though with a .215 batting average, he's hit it well here in Vol State fouls that one straight back. There goes a bag flying. Not sure if that got on the camera or not, but Pioneers looking for a dudette double play here. Huddleston is short and Hall at second base. Looking for a 6-4-3. Here's a fastball that not sure what happened. Vineyard must have been expecting something else as that pitch was right down the middle of the plate. And Vineyard could not snag it, but kept it in front. He goes out and chats with Parker White a bit. Going over the signals, I would surmise. On deck, Tucker Allen, the third baseman. Swing and a foul tip into the glove, and down goes Van Hooser for the second time. Parker White trying to wiggle out of this situation. Now 4 strikeouts for White. Tucker Allen is the home run leader for Motlow State. He has 10 long balls, hit his 10th yesterday in game 2. That wind is howling out there. And that wind took that ball away from the glove of Braden Vineyard, and everybody's going to move up. Braden Vineyard asked for time and go out and talk to the freshman left-hander. So a wild pitch moves Gupton to third and Cawthron to second base. Gupton had a 1-out single in the left field, and Jackson Cawthron ended up taking one off the helmet. Tate Van Hooser strikes out, and Tucker Allen, who's 0 for 1 at the plate with a 1-ball, no-strike count. Tucker Allen from White County, Sparta, Tennessee. Redshirt freshman, two-way player, has pitched a little bit as well, has played third base. Breaking pitch misses down low. Last game of the year, 51st game of the year for Vol State, 30-20 record, 14-12 in conference play. And a bittersweet day for 23 players who will be ending their regular season here at Vol State. Swinging a foul ball off to the right side into the trees that are, they're moving a pretty good bit over there, Devin, aren't they? And there goes a couple pitchers over there to see if they can win the Easter egg hunt. 2-1, driven over the head of Matt Hall. That'll get into right field, and that'll drive in 2 runs and tie this ball game up. A 2-out base hit by Tucker Allen drives in Gupton and Cawthron. And out of the dugout comes Jim McGuire, and he'll take the baseball from Parker White, so Parker will not reach the 51 inning mark to qualify for the ERA lead. We'll have a new pitcher, a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen when we return on the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Eli Klotfelter will come out of the Vol State bullpen as Braden Vineyard makes a play on Carter Vrabel's hat in foul territory down the first base line. Give it back to his teammate. That wind is gusting. I hope we don't see the issue that we've had in the past, not during a game, but the center field wall gets bent, turned down. Klotfelter's first pitch is tapped weakly to second base. Matt Hall will underhand to first base to get Irvin Hernandez for out number 3. But the Bucks tied up with a 2-run single off the bat of Tucker Allen. 2 runs on 2 hits. A hit by pitch was very instrumental in the Bucks scoring that inning. No errors and 1 runner left on base. After 3.5, we're all tied up here in Gallatin, Tennessee. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. We are back. Try to get a clean window for you to look out. The assistance of 6'6" Caleb Pika and 6-foot-tall Devin Thrain and 6'4" Logan Kimberlin. About right. So Big Jay Charlotte ground ball to second base again, and he'll be retired 4-3 for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. See about this camera angle, if we've got a decent view of that. Looks like we're okay there. You're holding your arm, Caleb. Did that hurt your arm? Matt Hall sees a breaking pitch fall in there for a called strike. We might need a Walmart run or something like that to get some more paper towels if it keeps raining around here. Might need to invest in a squeegee or something. No balls, 2 strikes to second baseman Matt Hall with Ethan Huddleston on deck. There's a ground ball right up the middle, and it will be gloved by Hernandez, but his throw to first base will not get the speedy Matt Hall. A 1-out infield single. Matt Hall's now been on base both plate appearances. He was hit by a pitch in the second.
Now batting, number 3, Ethan Huddleston.
Huddleston singled to left, drove in the second run of the ball game for the Pioneers. Looks at a first pitch, maybe a changeup. Catches the knees for strike one. Flew out to right field in his first plate appearance. Pioneers now with 6 hits in the contest. Ball in the dirt, blocked nicely by Jackson Cothran, who's been behind the plate for every inning that Motlow State has played here in Gallatin. Throw over to first base. Matt Hall back in time. Wind is still whipping out there and blowing. Sometimes it's blowing in, sometimes it's blowing left to right. Meteorologist Devin Thrain says that's a swirling wind. Another block by Cothran. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. I'll get my scoreboard going. Final across campus. Looks like it's 15-2 as Huddleston swings and misses. Looks like a final in 5 innings. Lady Pioneers beat the Lady Bucks 15-2. Game 2 will start for them 30 minutes after game 1 ended. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ryder Morey delivers. Pitch is called a ball. Matt Hall gets into second base with a stolen base. We'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Appropriate since Ethan Huddleston was a 4-year player for Team Reese in the full count fall league. Go to fullcountministries.com to learn all about baseball ministries. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. 3-2 breaker. Fourth strikeout for Morey, and that's out number 2.
Number 14.
Jake Burris steps in. He is 1 for 2, singled and scored in the first, struck out in the second. Breaking pitch misses inside. Time called as both the catcher and the home plate umpire take their masks off and are trying to wipe dirt out of their eyes, and that's not the place you want to be limited with your vision, is what a 85, 90 mile an hour fastball's coming in. All that dirt around the mound comes right up in your face. I've got 0-1. That's a wrong count. It's 1-0. Now 2 balls, no strikes. Matt Hall, who had an infield single standing down at second base after a stolen base. Breaking pitch misses down low. That was Matt's 3rd steal of the year, has not been caught. Pioneers came in with 71 stolen bases, now 72 out of 75 attempts. Ground ball to short. Hernandez on 2 hops, gloves, and throws. Retires Jake Burris on a 3-0 pitch for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We are through 4 innings. We're scheduled for 9. 1 9-inning ball game today. All tied up 2-2. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Moving to the top of the 5th inning, 2-2. Motlow State
Now batting for Motlow State.
here at
22, John Hale.
Gallatin on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. Eli Klopfelter delivers breaking pitch inside. You can hear the wind howling. Ground ball into the hole. Huddleston will not be able to glove that one. John Hale will reach on an infield single. Hale now 1 for 2. Devin Thrain asking the question.
Now batting, 17,
I put a hit in my book, although I am not the official scorer. Brings to the plate Caleb Valdez, who's 1 for 2. Throw over to first base just as I come to the zoom camera. Haven't had a whole lot of pickoffs this year, a few, not many. Fastball high and outside. Klopfelter came on in relief of Parker White in the 4th inning. Induced a ground out by Irvin Hernandez to end the inning. Now 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 pitch. Driven out to right center field, and I don't think Mizell's going to get to that one. He won't. That will get to the wall. Let's see if they're going to send the runner. He's rounding third. Matt Hall with the throw to the plate, not in time to get John Hale. That's an RBI double off the bat of Caleb Valdez. Motlow State takes their first lead of the game. Caleb Valdez is now 2 for 3, with a single and a double.
now batting, number 11, Julius Scarce.
6 hits now for the Bucks. Julius Scarce, center fielder, steps in. Klopfelter looks back at second. Breaking pitch as Scarce bluffed a bunt is outside. Scarce 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. Transfer from Rend Lake College, and he is squaring around a bunt. It pulls the bat back again. Klopfelter misses high. Two-0. Popped up into shallow left field. Let's see if Jay Charlotte can get over there, but it is in foul territory, and Carter Vrabel makes the over-the-head catch. Jay Charlotte didn't have a prayer on that one as the wind was blowing that one back in, but Scarce on a 2-0 pitch pops out to Carter Vrabel in foul territory. An excellent play by Vrabel.
Now batting, number 12, Gabe.
Now 1 out. Gabe Seibert, second baseman, steps in. He's 0 for 2. Seibert from Clarksville, Tennessee, Rossview High School. Sophomore, 6'1", 190 pounds. Breaking pitch, line drive to Matt Hall. He catches this one and throws to second base, but not in time as Huddleston just a little late arriving, but Valdez back in time. Yesterday had a line drive. It was a little bit higher than that. Matt Hall had to get up way on up and got a glove on it, kept it in the infield, and ended up getting a double play out of it, but a run did score. So now 2 outs. Caleb Gupton steps in. He singled in his last plate appearance and scored the first run of the game for Motlow State. Gupton, the designated hitter for
Motlow State as the rain starts again. Klopfelter not getting in front of the, or ahead of the hitters. It's not going to bode well for him if he wants to stay in this ball game very long. Got another left-hander warming up in the bullpen. That ball is popped up in on the right side. Landon Godsey is dancing around and makes the catch in foul territory just out of your view. So 2-2-0 pop-ups into foul territory for Bucks hitters. And Klopfelter ends the inning with no further damage. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. 1 runner left on base. Motlow State takes the lead after 4.5. You are watching Pioneer Baseball on the Vol State Sports Network. This might turn into a radio broadcast here, folks. Raining and all over the MGM Industries. Brand new custom windows. Landon Godsey, if you can't see through the raindrops there, is stepping into the box. First pitch from Ryder Morey, and ball inside. Now 2-0 count to Godsey. Landon 1 for 2. He doubled in his first plate appearance. I think that was a breaking pitch that was up. In the times that we've cleaned windows, which is twice, none times was it my window in front of me. 3-0 pitch misses inside, ball 4. This is the other view, and from what I can see, you can't see anything there, so we might have to stay right here and just do radio broadcast based on what else happens. Jace Mizell steps in. He drives one somewhere. Let's see, hits down the right field, and that'll be caught in fair territory for out number 1. It was outside of that camera view anyway, but first pitch swinging, Jace Mizell, now 1 for 3.
Now batting, number 10, Carter.
Carter Vrabel steps in with 1 out and 1 on. Wind still pushing from center field toward right field. Breaking pitch is hit, looks like it's out to center field. Julius Scarce comes in and cannot make the catch as that ball hits the grass. That'll be a single for Carter Vrabel, and he now extends that hitting streak to 11 games on the bloop single. Jacob Messer steps to the plate.
Jacob Messer.
0 for 1 with a walk. Pitch misses the zone for ball one. Junior college baseball, folks, you just got to do it all. Strike called. One ball, one strike, one out, two on. Checks his swing, ball two. Window cleaner, broadcaster. I mean, just everything, Devin Thrain. Ooh, close pitch. And Morey gets the call there. Can't throw those away, Devin. We're gonna need them again. Try to give me another dry one, please. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Thank you. And we'll go to a full count. Ministries, full count. We might have to borrow somebody's shirt here in a minute. We're running out of paper towels. I think I might be able to see. Full count, grounded to second. Gupton, or Seibert goes to second base to get the force out. Not right now, not while we're broadcasting. Runners now at first and third with 2 outs.
Now batting. Number 37.
Messer hits into a fielder's choice, 4-6. Godsey now at third base. Braden Vineyard to the plate, looking for a 2-out knock to tie this ball game up. Although maybe you have to predict, although this will be a tough wind to hit one out in, but he can go right side, nearly gets drilled with that pitch. Braden Vineyard still looking for his first collegiate home run. Tell you what, you could tell a story if you hit one out of here right now. Called strike on the outside corner. Vinny 1 for 2, and a run scored. Timeout called as the ball gets away from the Vol State bullpen. In between innings, we'll try to clean off these windows as best we can. Throw over to first base. Messer back in time. Ground ball to short. Hernandez will go the short way to second base to force out Messer. A walk at a single, but Pioneers can not push one across. After 5, Motlow State leads 3-2. You're watching Pioneer Baseball on the Vol State Sports Network. As far as anybody knows, it's a beautiful sunny day here in Middle Tennessee right now. A clear view out of that one camera, but I am not a professional window cleaner, and for the other view, I cleaned the wrong part of the window. So you're going to get this view for this half inning as Motlow State steps in. Jackson Cothran will lead off, and he will face a new pitcher, left-hander Nathan Rhodes, out on the mound. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Left-hander from Hendersonville, Tennessee. First pitch misses. Swing and a miss on a high fastball there. Eli Klopfelter goes an inning and a third. Gives up 2 hits. That ball's driven out to right center field. Jake Burris over. And he will give way to Jace Mizell, who comes from the opposite way and makes the catch for out number 1. Good communication between those two. They've been playing all year in those two positions. Jace Mizell playing in his 51st game of the year, and Jake Burris playing in his 50th game. Now his 126th game for Vol State. Tate Van Hooser steps in. He looks at a first pitch strike. He struck out twice. Pioneer scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Breaking pitch gets into the zone for a called strike, and then Vol State tied the game in the top of the 4th with 2 and then took the lead in the 5th. There's a foul ball straight back. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. I don't think a lot of rain actually was coming down. Doesn't look muddy out there for the players, but we had just enough of it to get on our windows. Driven out to right field, sends Jace Mizell back, and he's still going back at the fence, makes the catch. As soon as he made that catch, he made acquaintances with that chain link fence out there. Hopefully he's okay. Ball stayed in the glove as he's taking the glove off of his left hand. What a great catch. Hadn't had to make too many of those plays this year. Now 2 outs, nobody on. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Put a star by that one. He and Jay Charlo with great catches. Tucker Allen had a big hit in the 4th inning. A 2-out, 2-run single. Now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Down goes Tucker. 1-2-3 inning for Rhodes. Heading to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Vol State Sports Network. Jay Charlotte at the plate. The bottom of the 6th inning. See if we got that window clean. We did. Get it moved over just a hair. Charlotte now is a 1-1 count. Two ground outs to second. Let's a breaking pitch go by. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and down goes Jay Charlo swinging. Okay. Action in the bullpen for the Bucks. Ryder Morey's still out on the mound. Matt Hall steps in. Breaking pitch he started to offer at, but held up. Now 2 balls and no strikes to the second baseman from Lexington, Kentucky. Three-0 count. On deck, Ethan Huddleston. There's a 3-0 pitch right down the can. Hard shot to short in the hole. Hernandez makes the throw. Nice play by Irvin Hernandez to set down Matt Hall for out number 2. Ethan Huddleston steps to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. 1 for 3. Fly out, single, and a strikeout. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. That's the same pitch that got him on the full count pitch. His last at bat. Ryder Morey has done an excellent job after running into trouble in the first 2 innings. Breaking pitch misses high. He's hit a batter and walked 2. Hard shot down the third base line, goes foul. With another full count, Ministries full count. And the pitch. Tapped down that first base line, and Morey can't get to it quick enough to make the play. And that'll be a full count. First pitch, foul ball. Three-two pitch to Huddleston. Another smash down the third base line. It's got to be Landon Tucker coming out of there, isn't it? LT coming out of that bullpen to get that foul ball. We'll do it again, Lieutenant. 3-2 pitch. Huddleston now fouled 3 straight. Game 2 for the Lady Pioneers has started. Ethan Huddleston will see a 10th pitch here in this at-bat. And he will draw the walk. That'll give Jake Burris an opportunity to swing a stick here in the 6th inning. Dan McShay, head coach for the Bucks, will come out of the bullpen. Might be the end of the line for Ryder Morey. If it is, it's an excellent job here for the Bucks in their last game of the year as well. Wind still blowing here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Thankfully, the rain appears as though it may be gone. I know I've washed enough windows to last the rest of this month, which actually is today, but Ryder Morey gets to stay in the ball game to face one of the top hitters for the Pioneers. Huddleston leads off, swing and a miss.
Now batting, number 14, Jake Burris.
Oh, 1 pitch, misses low and outside. Ryder Morey, redshirt freshman from Lynchburg, Tennessee, giving up 2 runs, scattered 7 hits. Has walked 3 and hit a batter, but none of those have come home to score. There's a weak ground ball too short. The second time in a row that Jake Burris will be thrown out by Hernandez on a 6-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're through 6, 2/3 of the way. Motlow State leads 3-2. You are watching Pioneer Baseball on the Vol State Sports Network. Leading off the top of the 7th inning, leadoff batter Irvin Hernandez to face left-hander Nathan Rhodes. Line drive out to right field. That'll get down and get on by Jace Mizell. It'll scoot by. Hernandez will pull into third base with a leadoff triple. Hernandez now 2 for 3. He had a double in the 3rd inning. It's the first triple we've seen in a while.
Now batting, number 22, John Hale.
7th hit of the ball game for Motlow State, and the infield is in with nobody out. John Hale steps in. Pioneers trying to keep this a 1-run disadvantage. Not allow this run to come home. Breaking pitch misses outside. That one squirts under the glove of Braden Vineyard, and Motlow State will score on the wild pitch. Now lead 4-2. Infield move back to their regularly scheduled positions with nobody on base now. So a triple by Hernandez and a wild pitch scores the 4th run for Motlow State. That one gets in there for a called strike. Ball 4. Nathan Rhodes came on in the 6th inning, retired the first 3 batters he faced. Now struggling a bit as Hernandez actually hit a pretty decent pitch. Just hit him where they ain't down that right field line. Mizell wasn't able to keep that from going to the walls. That ball just kept going farther and farther away from him. Hernandez runs well. Dan McShay, the third base coach, the head coach for Motlow State in his 17th season. Swinging a foul tip off of Vineyard's glove. Wind picking up again, blowing from center field to right field. This is the 10th appearance of the year for Nathan Rhodes. He throws over to first base. Landon Godsey makes a nice play to keep that one from going down the line. Rhodes last appeared against Cleveland State in the 6-0 win. Threw an inning of hitless, scoreless ball. Breaking pitch swung on and missed. Prior to that, he pitched against Lake Area Academy, 2 innings. Runner goes. Pitch is fouled off to the left side. Cal now moves with 1 ball and 2 strikes. John Hale leads the Motlow State Bucks with 17 stolen bases. Another throw over to first. There's a pitch that just catches that outside corner, and Caleb Valdez is not in agreement with that one. Didn't have the count up there at all, did I? Well, apparently I did. That is the first out, not the second out of the inning. Strikeout number 2 for Nathan Rhodes, first out of the inning. 1 run in, 1 runner on base. Julius Scare steps in. He's probably tired of facing left-handers. Although he did face Clotfilter in the 5th. Popped out to Carter Vrabel, and they got him picked off, and the throw gets by Godsey. Runner slides into second base. Now gets up and will head to third. So a two-base throwing error gets the runner over to third base. The second error for the Pioneers today. And the infield's back in with one out. Swing and a miss. Vineyard able to smother that one and keep it in front. Each team with 7 hits. Low and outside. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Rhodes 4-0 record. 10th appearance. 4th in relief. 16 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 12 runs, only 6 earned, 12 walks, 20 strikeouts. Looking for one now. Instead, he gets a ground ball right back to him, and he'll glove it and throw to first base. Julius Scarce takes a Superman dive about 3/4 of the way down the line. He was stumbling coming out of the box, apparently, and he'll be retired 1-3. Runner stays at third base, just what Vol State needed. So after the first 2 have reached, Rhodes has come back to strike out Valdez and get Scarce on a ground out, brings Gabe Seibert to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He starts to swing. There's a ball in the dirt. They're going to say that one hit him, which is good for the Pioneers, not so good for Gabe Seibert as he is struggling right now. He's not moving that right leg at all. Wonder if all-world trainer Justin McKinney is here, and there he is. Gabe Seibert is in a world of hurt. That breaking pitch must have popped right on that right ankle. If that had been a wild pitch, they would have scored another run, but he will walk that one off, looks like. Now he's jogging, heading down to first base. Got a leaf on the backstop screen right there. That's not a not something on my window. That's actually a leaf on that fence in front of us. Runners now at the corners, line to line. Runners at the corners. Caleb Gupton steps in. Swing and a miss. Second hit batter of the game for Motlow State. The first batter that Nathan Rhodes has hit. Runner goes. Pitch is fouled off. Gupton 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the 4th inning. And the Jersey Mike sign is blown off the wall out there in left center field, right in front of the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Swing and a miss. And down goes Gupton, and that will end the inning. And Motlow State pushes one more across. A lead-off triple by Irvin Hernandez and a wild pitch. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. We're through 7. Motlow State leads 4-2 You're watching Pioneer Baseball on the Volunteer State Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Motlow State Bucks. Evan Rom, 6'1", 165-pound redshirt freshman from Fort Thomas, Kentucky. Highlands High School, which is a suburb of Greater Cincinnati. That would be in the northern part of Kentucky. He is on relief of Ryder Morey, who went 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, 2 runs. They were earned, walked 3, and struck out 5. Did hit a batter. He is in line for his 4th win of the year. That wind has now ripped the Vol State sign out there in left center field, along with the Jersey Mike sign. There's a line drive to shortstop Irvin Hernandez, and Landon Godsey, just like that, is out on a missile to the shortstop. Godsey's hit 2 line outs, one to the center fielder and one now to the shortstop to go along with his double and walk. And here comes the rain again.
Now batting, number 34,
Jace Mizell stands in. No idea why left fielder will be playing that deep with this wind coming at his back, as Mizell sees a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Caleb Valdez playing just straight away and in regular position. MGM Industries foul ball off to the right side. I never liked playing in the wind. I don't care how hot it was. I definitely didn't like playing when it was cold, but it's fastball that misses outside. Rom bringing it in there pretty good. Of course, he does have the wind to his back. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the conference leader in home runs, Jace Mizell. High fastball, about nose high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mizell 1 for 3. Infield single drove in a run. Just got a piece of that one. Carter Vrabel tried twice to hit that ball with his bat and have it come back to him, and all he did was just drive it deeper into the ground. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Driven down that left field line. That will be foul, just barely. Thought the wind was going to hold that where it would just hit the line, but he'll step back in the box. See what Rom delivers on a 2-2 pitch. In the dirt. Go to a full count Ministries. A full count, 3 for 5 on the full count first pitch foul balls. Check on the Lady Pioneers, see how they're doing in game 2 after winning game 1 15-2. The ground ball. Foul. They are now up 8-1. Still batting in the bottom of the second inning. You can catch that game on the Vol State Sports Network as well. Joshua Landers should be calling those games. A student here at Vol State. A one-out walk to Jace Mizell brings Carter Vrabel to the plate. He extended his hitting streak to 11 games with a single into right center field. That was when the raindrops were all over the window, and I wasn't sure I could actually see that ball. And Julius Scarce was coming in, couldn't make the play in center field. Breaking pitch misses down. Vrabel hitting .308 coming into today's contest. 8 home runs, 33 RBIs. Fastball misses up. His power production is down a bit from last year. He had 12 home runs and 40 RBIs a year ago, but he hit .250. So his batting average has increased, but the power numbers are down a bit. I don't have an answer for that as to why that is. He hadn't gotten weak. But he's been on a tear of late, no question about it. 3 hits in Game 2 yesterday. During an 8-game stretch, he was 14 of 25. A .560 clip right there. He drives that one into left field. That'll be another hit. Probably in for extra bases. Mizell moves on over to third base, and Carter Vrabel will cruise into second with a stand-up double. That brings Jacob Messer to the plate. It's Carter Vrabel's 15th double of the year, now tying him with Landon Godsey, who had a double earlier in the game. Jace Mizell right behind with 14 doubles to go along with his 17 home runs. Foul ball into the parking lot off to the left side. Predicting a 2-run base hit right here by Jacob Messer. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, looking for his first hit of the ball game. Eight hits now for the Pioneers. Fastball misses away. Two balls, one strike to Jacob Messer from the Memphis University School. Third-year player here at Vol State. Looking for a big knock to tie this ball game up, tying run at second base. And person of Carter Vrabel, an excellent base runner. Strike called. Jacob rolls his head back. Can't believe that one is. I think he thought that one was below the knees. Gonna have to buckle down right here. Put a good swing on a good pitch. And a swing and a miss. Down goes Messer on the breaking pitch. Guess I better not quit my day job on becoming a prophet or a predictor of future events. First strikeout by Rom. Now 2 outs in the 7th. Pioneers have left a runner on in every inning, hoping not to do it here in this inning. There's a line drive up the middle. That will get through. 1 run will score. Here comes Vrabel. The throw is into second base. And Braden Vineyard with the big 2-run single with 2 outs ties this ball game up. I guess I was just one batter too early for my prediction. Vineyard now 2 for 4. He picks up RBIs 14 and 15 on the season. Big Jay Charlo steps in, left fielder for Vol State. 2 outs. Rahm delivers a fastball down low. Charlo 0 for 3, looking at that first knock of the game. Came in hitting .288. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes. So the MGM Industries sign is staying up. Hit after hit sign staying up. There's a ground ball. Tapper to short. Hernandez fields and throws to first base and gets Charla by a step. The Pioneers tied up with a big 2-out single by Braden Vineyard. We're heading to the 8th. All square, 2 innings to go. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Semi-concrete call to the bullpen for Vol State. Landon Tucker comes out of the bullpen, throwing from the sidearm position. He is in relief of Nathan Rhodes, who went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned, walked 1, struck out 2, and hit a batter. Landon Tucker is on for his 13th appearance of the year. As an 0-2 record, 3.29 ERA. Thrown 13 2/3 innings, given up 9 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned, walked 12, struck out 11. Opponent's hitting 191 off of Landon Tucker, and he got a chance to come in and snag a win if he can put a 0 on the board here, and the Pioneers can score in the bottom of the 8th, and he will face 7, 8, and 9 in the Bucks order. Tucker's hat has fallen off his head, but he's going to continue his pitch, swinging a foul ball straight back. Tuck is focused. Devin Thrain led the fall league here at Vol State in most times his hat fell off. Then he got a haircut, didn't you, Devin?
I did.
Otherwise, we were going to recommend a nice barrette for you, or some, or a shave. Yes. 0-1 pitch. Just missed outside. So if you can see here on the overall look, the signage out in left center field has been taken down as much as could be at the time. MGM Industries sign is now halfway down. The whole Vol State sign is down. But Game Time Sports Field and hit after hit, Bill Marbut's company, as that catches the outside corner. Those two outfits are hanging in there tough. The right center field signage is just fine. It's blocked by the center field wall. 2-2 pitch, breaking pitch. Good job by Jackson Cothran to cover that outside corner with a late swing on a nice breaking pitch by LT Landon Tucker. 10-1, the Lady Pioneers lead now. Just missed inside. We'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have a right rug flooring player of the game. Two pitchers were our players of the game yesterday. I think they're actually sitting down here in the first row, and we have another full count first pitch foul ball, 5 for 7 today. Caleb Pika in game 2, and Cade Sanders game 1 are right rug flooring players of the game. Thanks to Kerry Gilbert for the carpet installation up here in the press box. Just missed with that fastball. Jackson Cothran will reach base for the second time. Tate Van Hooser steps into first baseman. He's 0 for 3. As hot as he was yesterday's, just the opposite of that here in game 3 of the series. He will square the bunt. Breaking pitch misses outside, and Van Hooser does not offer. Still have the win, but apparently the rain is bypassing Pioneer Field here at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Throw over to first base. Cothran back in time. I know Coach McGuire is sick and tired of seeing those signs come down as a foul ball at the plate. Must have caught a piece of Braden Vineyard, but it looked to me from our vantage point here, if Tate Van Hooser doesn't foul that, it's going to hit him in the leg. Braden Vineyard, pretty tough kid, though. If you're going to put the equipment on, you might as well just get ready for a little bit of pain. 6'2", 200-pound sophomore from Paducah, Kentucky, McCracken County, Braden Vineyard. Another bunt attempt, and Landon Godsey will field and deliver over to Matt Hall for out number 1. A successful sacrifice moves Cothran down to second base. Tucker Allen steps in, the number 9 hole hitter. He's 1 for 3. Drove in 2 runs in the 4th inning. Breaking pitch. Slow breaking pitch in there for a called strike. The 0-1, another breaking pitch popped up to the right side. That probably will not stay in the field of play, but Jace Mizell will get to the bullpen fence, and the backup catcher, the bullpen catcher, makes the grab inside the bullpen. That started in fair territory, and the wind blew it 50 feet at least. Tucker ahead in the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Let me get that out up there. We do have an out on the sac bunt by Van Hooser. On deck, leadoff batter Irvin Hernandez. And that ball is also sliced down that right field line, and that's a fair ball right on the line. That'll score a run. Mizell comes up with it, but the throw is cut off. That will be a bloop double and another RBI for Tucker Allen batting in that 9 hole. And Motlow State now takes the lead back 5-4. That must have hit chalk. Thought the wind was going to blow that one foul, but it was not as high in the air. Hernandez, a switch hitter, steps in there from the left side. Has to back out of the way of that one. Gets away from Braden Vineyard. Allen will move down to third base, and that will surely move the infield in. I believe that's going to need to be recorded as a pass ball right there. It was inside, but it was not wildly inside, I didn't think. And the infield is in on the grass. Foul ball straight back. Eight hits now for Motlow State. 5 runs. The important category. Another pitch yanked inside. That was even farther inside. Vineyard came up with that one and kept a run from scoring. Got more action down in the bullpen. Is that Bird? Pitch gets in there for a called strike. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes as I press ball for that strike. Folks, you don't get perfection here. You get passion. Just outside. Count goes to full count Ministries, full count. On deck, John Hale. Hernandez with a double and a triple in 4 plate appearances, 2 for 4. Tucker will lose him. That's the second walk of the inning. Line to line, runners at the corners, but we will have a pitching change before John Hale gets an at bat. We'll take a short break and tell you about the new pitcher when we return on the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Chase Birdwell comes out of the Vol State bullpen for his 14th appearance of the year, all in relief. 2-2 record. Also has 2 saves, 20 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs that were earned. Walked 12 and struck out 29 batters. Opponents hitting 154 off of the redshirt sophomore from Lebanon, Tennessee, Lebanon High School. One of the 23 sophomores or redshirt sophomores that are here for the Pioneers. This is also obviously the last game in the regular season for the sophomores or redshirt sophomores of Motlow State. But everybody will be right back here for the conference tournament starting on Sunday, May 7th. Chase Birdwell comes into a 1st and 3rd situation with 1 out. Big hammer breaking pitch to John Hale, gets in there for a called strike. Bird's been in situations tougher than this. Nobody out and bases loaded twice, and he got out of the situation early in the season. All he needs is a ground ball to a middle infielder. There's a bunt and a miss on the apparently safety squeeze for John Hale. It's not a pitch you want to be bunting at if it's a safety squeeze, as it's about chin high. Bird has him down in the count, 0-2 now. Swing and a miss, throw down to first base, not in time for the strike him out, pick him off. Actually, that's not a thing, really. You don't really say that, do you, Devin? What you normally say, strike him out, throw him out, right? And where do you typically throw him out at? Not first. You typically throwing him out on the stolen base, but 2 outs now. Caleb Valdez steps to the plate. He's 2 for 4. The runner goes here. Probably just go ahead and let him go. Another big hammer breaking pitch from Bird in there for a called strike. One of 5 Full Count Ministries Acts 242 D group members of mine. 4 pitchers and a shortstop. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Bird ahead in the count once again. All 4 pitchers have pitched this weekend. Chase Birdwell, Landon Tucker, Cade McKee was your starter yesterday's game 1, and the right rug flooring player of the game, Cade Sanders, the 5th member, along with Ethan Huddleston out there at shortstop. 0-2 pitch fouled off. Should have probably 1 or 2 more meetings with these guys before they take off and see what happens, where God leads them. Pop up in the infield, Ethan Huddleston will be dancing around that when he'll have to come in and make a catch. Oh my gosh, that was so nonchalant. He thought that ball was going to be out into the back portion of the grass, and he had to come running like Jay Charlotte did in that 1st inning, and ended up making a basket catch for out number 3. But Motlow State takes the lead. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, 2 runners left on base. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th, scheduled for 9 innings. Pioneers need to put something together. There'll be a new pitcher on the mound for Motlow State. You're watching Pioneer Baseball on the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete called the bullpen for the Bucks. Number 18, Griffin Meeker, making his second appearance of the weekend. Sophomore, 6'1", 195 pounds from Manchester, Tennessee. He got the win in game one, and he will face Matt Hall in the top of the order for Vol State. Sidearm delivery, catches the outside corner. Meeker went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. Walked 1, struck out 1, did hit a batter in game one. That was won by the Bucks 4-3. Matt Hall swings through that fastball. Matt Hall grounded out back to the pitcher in his only appearance against Meeker, game one of yesterday's doubleheader. Hall's 1 for 2 with a single and a hit by pitch so far in this game. Ground ball to third. Tucker on 2 hops. Throws a dart to first base to retire Matt Hall. That brings to the plate Ethan Huddleston for the 5th time. He has been on base 2 out of 4 times, 1 for 3. Wind still whipping out there from center field toward right field. Breaking pitch misses the zone. Here in the 8th inning now, we're getting down to the last at-bats. A swing and a foul ball for these Pioneer players in the regular season. Conference tournament begins for 4 teams on Sunday, May 7th, right here at Pioneer Field. Fastball just missed outside. Right now, as it stands, Motlow State is the 7th team, and Roane State, depending on how they did with Jackson State today. The ground ball to Seibert at second base. He will throw Huddleston out. 2 ground outs in the inning. Brings up Jake Burris. With his mama, Sherry Burris, here in attendance. Although they've moved locations. Maybe sitting in a car, I'm not sure. She and the McDaniels down from Grove City, a suburb of Columbus, Ohio. "126th game of his Pioneer career. 50th game of the year. Breaking pitch does not get across the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Been a starter actually in all 3 years. Of course, at junior college, 20 and 21 don't really count. He came here in 2021. There's a strike on the outside corner. Played in 32 games his freshman year, 2021, hitting .244, had 86 at-bats, 21 hits. Then last year led the team in at-bats. He smacks that one on 1 hop to Seibert. That'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Griffin Meeker, and the Pioneers will have to win this one in walk-off fashion if they're going to get the W. 3 up, 3 down. We're going to the 9th. You're watching Pioneer Baseball on the Vol State Sports Network and Channel 19 Comcast Cable. Julius Scarce will lead off the top of the ninth. Chase Birdwell back out on the mound for Vol State. Came on in relief with runners at the corners and 1 out, and struck out John Hale and induced Caleb Valdez to pop out to Ethan Huddleston. There's a base hit by Julius Scarce out on the first pitch. Delivers one and serves one out to Jay Sharla. That is the first hit for Julius Scarce for the weekend. Gabe Seibert, 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch. Looked like he wasn't going to be able to stay in the ball game the way he was laying on the ground, but ended up getting up and walked that one off. And there is the third time in 4 batters that Birdwell has delivered that hammer breaking pitch in there for a called strike. See if he squares around the bunt. Kind of surprised he wouldn't be squaring around here. He's not. Another breaking pitch. Eludes Braden Vineyard, but not far enough for Scarce to take off. Scarce with 12 stolen bases in 13 attempts. Be surprised if he doesn't take off. Popped up to the right side. That ball should be pushed out of play, and it will get off the roof of the maintenance shed. I hope you'll be able to join us next week for the conference tournament. Pioneers will play on Monday, May 8th. 2-and-out tournament. We'll play the number 3 seed right now. I think that is Southwest Tennessee. Throw over to first base. Godsey applies the tag, but not in time. As it stood this morning, Walter State first place with a 21-5 record. Chat State 18-8. Southwest Tennessee 16-10. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. What is going on? Devin Thrain. There's zeros on that board out there. That Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Coach McGuire's going to think you took a break.
I accidentally gave him an out.
Well, I guess you're going to have to figure out how to undo that. Either that or this guy's just going to have to swing and miss here. But he does not. Pitch in the dirt. Look at you fixing that thing. Dyersburg State and Columbia State tied at 15-10, but on the website it shows Dyersburg ahead of Columbia, so not sure what the tiebreaker is there. Another throw over to first base. So Dyersburg and Columbia State, I think, sitting at 4-5. Vol State with a 14-12 conference record. As it stands right now in 6th place, Motlow State 12-13. Best they can do is 13-13. There's a hammer off the feet of Birdwell. Diving attempt by Matt Hall, and he's not able to keep that one inside the infield. And now we'll have runners at first and third yet again. Back-to-back singles by Motlow State. That is the first hit of the game for Gabe Seibert. Caleb Gupton steps in. Chase Birdwell just trying to show off. Is that what he's trying to do? Retire the side here now with runners at first and third again. Gets a swing and a miss on a fastball. Gupton 1 for 4. From Davidson Academy, Jolton, Tennessee. He will square to bunt, pop that one up, and it will get out of play. Another safety squeeze. It's the second time they've done a safety squeeze on an 0-1 count. They have yet to be successful on a squeeze or a safety squeeze. Have had one sacrifice bunt. Runner stays put. Fastball just misses on the river on that outside corner. Lady Pioneers leading 12-3 in the bottom of the third. Bases loaded, 2 outs across the campus. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. And there's that first out that scoreboard operator Devin Thrane had predicted. Doing a fine job over there today in relief of Tyler Holsworth. Think Holsworth's listening in? He's probably studying.
Oh yeah, doing schoolwork.
Yeah, he's doing schoolwork. He's a scholar. And that ball is fisted into left field, and that will score a run. That'll be a double. Throw goes to second base. Matt Hall gloves that one. Runners across on a RBI double off the bat of Jackson Cawthorn. He put that right where nobody was. Tate Van Hooser steps to the plate. Infield is in with 1 out. Fastball in the inside corner. It's a good pitch by Birdwell, and Cawthorn fought it off. It's 3 hits now in the inning. Hammered breaking pitch right there. It's a big 12-6. Most of the time you're lucky to get a piece of aluminum on that. That's the Jackson Cawthorn's first hit of the weekend. Fastball misses inside. Birdwell trying to crowd Van Hooser. On deck, Tucker Allen, who has 3 RBIs and 2 hits. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Birdwell sets down Van Hooser. 2 outs now. 3rd strikeout by Birdwell. Tucker Allen, number 9 hole hitter, but
Now batting, number 2, Tucker.
top home run man for Motlow State. Steps in there, the 3rd baseman. 10 home runs, 31 RBIs coming in. He's got 3 more, so 34 RBIs now for Tucker Allen. Breaking pitch. It's the first one that he's thrown on the first pitch that's not been in there. Assistant coach John Ripel comes out of the dugout and is motioning for his outfield to move. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Breaking pitch misses down low. This is a base open, so you could be a little bit careful here with Tucker Allen. Probably not going to turn one out of here going to left field. It'd take a mammoth blast. He hits a line drive to the right of Ethan Huddleston, who makes the snag for out number 3. But Motlow State puts 1 more insurance run on the board to take a 6-4 lead. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors, 2 runners left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 9th. Pioneers need 2 to tie and 3 to win. Last half inning of the regular season, possibly. You're watching Pioneer Baseball on the Vol State Sports Network. Pioneers are in need of a hero here in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Number 30, Landon Gotze.
Landon Gotze can't be the hero, but he could contribute. Thank you, Devin Thrain. I mean, you're getting close to being a college graduate. I mean, you got 3 years to go, maybe plus some, I'm not sure. But first pitch to Landon Gotze misses outside. Gotze 1 for 3, a double and a walk. Hit the ball hard, and that wasn't his pitch. Started to go and held up, but that pitch was 2.5 baseballs inside of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Indianapolis, Indiana native. It's a ground ball to Tucker Allen at third. He gloves and throws to Van Hooser at first base for out number 1. Brings it to play Jace Mizell. Singled, struck out, flew out, and walked and scored in the 7th.
Now batting, number 34, Jace Mizell.
Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the Right Rug Flooring Player of the Game and the Full Count Ministries Verse of the Day. There's a shot in the hole. Backhanded by Hernandez. He comes up throwing, and he gets Mizell by a half a step. Nice play by Hernandez. A very close play. Pioneers down to their last out. Well, family and friends, don't forget about the brick fundraiser. I haven't mentioned it in a while, but Pioneers trying to get another run of an order of these bricks for the alumni. Send an email to hunterpack@comcast.net, HUNTERPACK@comcast.net, as Carter Vrabel steps in, swings and misses on a fastball that stays inside. Have your son or grandson's name and the position he played and the years that he played, and that will be displayed in a nice little patio setting just inside the fence here at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. That lifted out to left field, Caleb Valdez, and then on comes Irvin Hernandez to make the catch in fair territory, and Motlow State comes back to win this one, being down 2-0. And the final score, Motlow State 6 and Vol State 4. Nice play by Hernandez. A 1-2-3 inning. Griffin Meeker will get the save, and Evan Rahm will get the win. We'll take a quick break and come back to have final remarks. After this short break, you're watching Pioneer Baseball on the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex, where the Pioneers have just gone down in defeat to the Motlow State Bucks, who take 2 out of 3. Pioneers fall to 30-21 here in the regular season. Last game of the regular season, 14-13 in conference play. That should be good enough for 6th place. Motlow State evens their conference record at 13-13. and get their 25th win of the year against 20 losses. Winning pitcher will be Evan Rom. He will move to 3-0 on the season. Landon Tucker will take the loss. He moves to 0-3. Griffin Meeker gets his 4th save of the year. 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Motlow State. 4 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for Vol State in a game that took 2 hours and 45 minutes to play. Vol State will end their 2023 regular season with a 30-21 record. And they were 27-21 in 2022. So now 57-42. That was a 99th game for head coach Jim McGuire. So his 100th game here at Vol State will be game 1 of the conference tournament next Monday, a week from tomorrow. Our right rug flooring player of the game, Braden Vineyard. Today he goes 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. The sophomore catcher from Paducah, Kentucky, is our right rug flooring player of the game, thanks to Kerry Gilbert, our right rug flooring salesman who had his crew install new carpeting up here in the press box. We thank him and Right Rug Flooring for their support. Also thank Full Count Ministries for their support all year long and the use of their radio equipment or their broadcasting equipment. Thanks to Jacob Oldham and Josh Carmen, Executive Director and Director of Baseball Operations. Go to fullcountministries.com to find out all the great things that Full Count Ministry is doing for baseball players and their families, actually all around the world. Our Full Count Ministries verse of the day is found in Psalm 4:8. It says, "In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." What a comforting thought to know that you don't have to handle everything. God will take care of it for you. Just checking email here today. Not too many, as most of you were probably here, but shout out to Becky Kale, Braden Kale, the pitching coach mom, who checked in from Forest Hill, Maryland. But this will be the last time that I get to talk to you, I guess, as the Vol State broadcaster. Next time I talk to you, I'll have to be a disinterested, middle-of-the-road broadcaster, as I will be handling the broadcast for the conference tournament. So I'll broadcast from the same spot, same equipment, but I can't be any at all rooting for one team or the other. It just wouldn't be appropriate. We will, I believe, handle these broadcasts on the Vol State Sports Network, so you'll still see it right here at the same place. But we will not have walk-up songs, and we will probably still have our supporters that have been supporting us all year long. But I just wanted to say it's been one of the joys of my life to bring you these games all year long. And for those of you that have been with the program for 2 years, that's as long as I've been broadcasting. So I've gotten to know several of you folks over the last 2 years, and it is very exciting for me to wake up and say it's game day just right along with these players. It's very fitting now that the sun's out, even though the wind's blowing, but it's a beautiful sunny day here in Middle Tennessee, and although the Pioneers go down in defeat here today in this 9-inning ball game, it's been a great season, and we're looking for good things to happen in the conference tournament. And for personally, my interactions with your sons and grandsons and brothers and nephews or whoever it is that is the reason you've been watching Vol State baseball in 2023 or also 2022. I have thoroughly enjoyed getting to know these young men and look forward to following them in their lives, whether it be baseball or the remainder of their college lives, and I hope I get a chance to see these guys down the road. So thank you for sharing these young men with me. For Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and Head Coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying so long for now. I'll talk to you again come conference tournament time. May God bless each and every one of you. Goodbye, everybody.